Hey friends. Okay, so I am having trouble with my Wi-Fi. So I am going to record this and then I'm going to share it to the page and I'll upload it to YouTube for all to see. But I wanted to take some time to go over the steps that I'm doing and implementing in my business to get started and to relaunch my business because I had taken a pause. And I know I'm not alone in this. I know many of you guys have taken pauses yourself, and what better way to do it with the new coming year just right around the corner. January is a time to restart, relaunch, reset, and that's exactly what I am doing. I sat yesterday, I took some notes, so you're gonna see me looking down at my notes. I got my calendar out. I put notes down in this. I have things scheduled. I have things that I'm gonna do for my customers and everything, but you know what? That is overwhelming. When you've taken a pause for so long, it's really hard to figure out how to gain that momentum back. I know that I kept putting this off and I kept saying next month will be it, and 1 month turned into 2 months, and 2 months turned into 3 months, and you know, life happens, and I know life happens for everyone, but it's really important to sit back and think, why is it that you do Scentsy? Why is it that do you do it because it's fun? Do you do it for yourself? Do you do it because you need financial help? Do you need financial freedom? Do you do it to socialize with people? Everybody is here for a different reason. And for me personally, I realized that I need this financially. And I have taken a hit. I'm going to be very transparent with you guys. I've taken a hit. I haven't been working it like I should. I have not quit. And I haven't quit working. You'll still see me posting. You'll still see me on the team page. Sometimes you'll still see me doing some things. I haven't turned my back completely, but I have only been working 20% of my business when I should be putting 110% into it, because this is my life. I love Scentsy. I love what we stand for. I love what we do. I love the products that we have. I love the opportunities we get with trips and things like that. So me personally, I need this. And that's where I sat and I thought, okay, well, how can I get this back? Because I'm going to be completely transparent with you. I will upload the income disclosure, but I was making between $8,000 to $10,000 a month. $8,000 to $10,000 a month. Life-changing. I could use that right now. I have not seen a paycheck like that since 2023. My 2024 has really gone downhill. Slowly it's gone. The only thing that's been floating me, and we're going to talk about these things later on in other trainings, but Scentsy clubs and different things that I've been doing, that's what's been floating me this entire year. And it's really important that we beef up our clubs, we beef up our customers, we look for more, we have our strategies, we have plans and goals and things like that. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that later on. But sometimes the setback in your business could be the best thing to step forward, and that's the way that I'm going to look at 2025. My setback last year isn't going to define me. It's only going to make me better, and I've learned from my mistakes. I know what not to do now. I know what works for me. I know what doesn't work for me, and because I've gone through it, I know that not being consistent in your business is very harmful. That's a good example. But anyways, I'm getting off track a little bit. So how do you gain momentum when you've gone so long like me? How do you gain momentum? So these are some things that I want you to think about. I want you to get a pen and paper. I want you to take notes, because we're going to have a little workshop here and we're going to get back on track and we're going to do this together. I want to do this with you guys because I want you guys to know I'm starting from the bottom up. I'm literally starting from the bottom up. I have to redo my business. I have to get my customer base back on track. I am starting from zero. So Relaunching your business can happen for a number of reasons. Maybe you're ready for just fresh energy. Maybe you're burned out and you just needed time off, and that's okay. Maybe you weren't sure of who you served and what you, and you needed a clear vision on what your audience was. Maybe you just weren't sure of who you were serving, and that can be a really big deal, not knowing the direction of what you should be doing. Maybe, like me, life hits you super hard, and the 1 and 2 months that you wanted to take off turned into being 6 to 12 months, and that's okay. The important thing is that you're ready to come back with a bang, and I'm going to go over some steps and tips and tricks with you to help you relaunch your business. So, number 1, analyze your current position. That is the first thing that I want you to do. And what do I mean by that? I want you to sit and I want you to think about what worked in your business, what did not work in your business, who was your customer base, where are they now? Like, where are they? The people who were supporting you, where are they? See what they need. I want you to analyze your accomplishments that you have had over the past few years. I want you to think about your failures over the past few years in this business. This will help you make informed decisions when we're putting plans in action later on in our steps. That way you know exactly where you stand. You need to analyze your business. You need to know your failures. You need to know where you stand. You need to know where your customers are, and you need to know how to reach back out to them. This is the phase when I realized that I was all over the place, and I was just like, okay, where do I start? What do I do? I know I did this well. I know I did this well, but this didn't go well for me. And I was really all over the place, but it took me writing things down to realize and to really put things into perspective and to make a plan for myself. Number 2. This is the second thing. Decide on what stays and what goes. So when you were analyzing, sit back and think, okay, well, what really did not go well? Well, you being non-consistent really wasn't doable. Being non-consistent put us in the situation that we were in. Think about what did work. What did work in our, well, having Scentsy Club. Scentsy Club floated me. Doing the little extra things and reaching out and communicating with my best customers. That worked for me because I know that they're still there. Am I serving them as the way that I should be? No, but this is my opportunity, and this is going to be the new me. I'm going to go into the new year and I am going to serve them better, because that is my number one mission, is to serve my customers 110%, because they deserve better from me, and they've been loyal and they're still there. So you need to really think about in this phase, in the second phase, decide on what stays and what goes. This can be something as simple as your mission statement for yourself, or it could be a new logo, or maybe you're going to change your name, your team name, or your brand, change your brand. This can be a number of things that you need to change. But the point is that you're going to decide on, in this step, what needs to stay and what needs to go. I personally have already started rebranding myself. I have made flyers. I'm going to be sharing my flyers with you guys. I've already started sharing things yesterday. I am getting married in February, so I've already started changing my name on my flyers, so that way everything's done and gone, when I send it out and there's no confusion. I've already started changing things around. But this is your phase that you need to figure it out for yourself and what works for your business, and you need to figure out what you're going to do. This is where all the decision making is going to happen. For me, it was the brand name, I changed my name, my brand, my colors, and honestly who I want to serve. That, like I said, serving my customers is my number one priority. I already have plans out. This is just an example. I'm going to be sending out to my loyal customers, thank you for hanging with me for the past year with the new year little extra goodies. It's something that I'm going to personally do for my business, because I think it'll help my business grow and remind them that I'm still here. Number 3, this is where you need to start making plans. This is really big. This is where most of the work is going to happen. You need to start making a plan. You're going to look for your target audiences, your marketing plans. You should plan on how you will come back and re-engage with your customers. Make a plan to reach out to old customers. How are you going to remind them that you're still with Scentsy, and try to win them back? Because who knows, maybe your customers have moved on and they found another consultant because you did take such a long break, and they've moved on. But you need to figure out how you're going to do that. And like I had mentioned in the last step, I'm going to be sending out Happy Mail. I haven't sent out Happy Mail for about a year, and it's time. It's time to send out samples. It's time to send out things. It's time for them to remind them of why they chose me to begin with, and hopefully I will win them back. I'm going to stay consistent with my reach outs. With my Happy Mail, I'm going to reach out to them and ask them if they received it. That is the number one thing. We will talk about this later on, but people send out samples and they send out packages and they don't follow up, and that is a huge mistake in your business, because what do we do when we receive junk mail or receive random mail in the mail? We set it to the side. Okay. Number 4, I have someone standing in my door making fun, but it's totally fine. Real quick before I move on to step 4, I wanted to mention, start working. The number one thing that you can do that's super easy on coming up with a plan, start working on social media. What makes you stick out from everyone else? Make sure that you are engaging in people's posts. One thing that I can't stand when it comes to social media is people will post a Scentsy post and they're just like, well, why is no one engaging in my post? Well, do you engage in their post? Truly. If you post something, or if they post something, say it's their daughter, or a baptism or a wedding or something, are you liking it, or are you taking the extra step to say, that's a beautiful dress, congratulations to her, what a beautiful little girl? Are you taking the extra step to engage with your customers to change the algorithms of Facebook? If you are saying no, then that can change right now. As of right now, take 5 minutes in the morning, take 5 minutes while you're laying in bed at night, and engage in your posting. That is something where I went wrong this year as well. I used to get so much engagement when I would make a post. I would get hundreds of likes. I would get comments and everything. I still get pretty good engagement, but it's not like it used to be. And it's because that's my fault. I don't engage in my fellow peers on there, so they're not engaging back. So make sure that's one thing that you do change and implement, and you make part of your plan, is to take time on your schedule. Maybe do Mondays do engagement on your Facebook. That can be a task for the day, and it's super easy. Number 4 is set a realistic timetable. I don't want you guys to think that you have to do this and have all this done now. Like, this is something that you need to give yourself grace. You need to give yourself a timetable to get things done. I'm not saying that you need to write all these steps down and have it all done by tomorrow. You need to be realistic. If it takes you a week to do it, if it takes you a month to do it, that is okay. That has to be okay, because you need to have a realistic timetable. But you have to give yourself time to complete the task. You do have to complete the task that you are given. You're giving yourself your plans, your task, your engagements, your plan of how you're going to reach your target audiences. You need to be realistic on when you think that you can make that happen. So write your schedule down, your work schedule, any of your kids' extra activities that they do, and write around it and pick days that you're going to target audiences. How are you going to reach out to them? Maybe you're going to do mail outs a day, or maybe one day you're going to just work on social media engagement. But it doesn't have to be complicated, but you need to make sure that you're doing it and you're giving yourself time and grace. Listen to me, this is super important. The goal is not to get yourself in the position that made you step back in the first place. Burnout is real. I was completely burned out, and you just have to remember to give yourself time and grace, because life happens. Life doesn't stop for anyone. I'm going to probably get off track here for a moment, but one thing that I have realized this year, that time doesn't stop for anybody, and it's up to you to make things happen. And if you choose not to work and not to do the things that you need to do, then you're not going to have good outcomes. Things aren't going to, life just keeps going without you. And that's one thing that I realized. So anyways, burnout is real. Just remember to give yourself time and grace. Number 5 is get outside perspective. And this is probably going to be your most helpful step in this process, number 5. And for me, this is looking up to a mentor, having someone who I can, like an accountability partner, having someone who you can successfully run your business through them, and they vice versa. You want to look for someone who is successful, who does good in what they do, who will help you stay on track, who will that you can talk to, run ideas off of. It is super important, and I'm so glad that I have an accountability partner. I'm super glad that I have a little group. I have a group message, and there's about 5 of us that keep each other on track, and we run ideas off of each other. But you should be looking for someone with the same type of goals, but someone who's a mentor to you, and just for you to be able to run ideas off of. You want to have someone who can keep you going. And it's really nice when you get a message that says, hey boo, what are you doing? What are you doing for this month, for your business? And then if you weren't doing anything, that's your reminder, you need to do it, because it's really nice to have someone like that. So number 5 is find a mentor, find a accountability partner, find someone who is successful in what they're doing, who has stayed on track, who knows what they're doing, what to do to be successful, because those are the types of people you want to surround yourself with, like-minded people. And because I'm telling you, if you surround yourself with people who are successful, you will be successful yourself. And the last step that I wanted to talk to you about was implementation, and putting these things into action, setting things in motion, actually doing these things that we talked about, like analyzing your current position and seeing what stays and what goes, deciding on what stays and what goes, coming up with your plan, giving yourself realistic time, finding yourself an accountability partner. These are all important things, but actually setting into motion is where it all comes together. And consistency is what is going to set us apart from the last time. I'm going to say that again. Consistency is going to set us apart from the last time, because what happened last time, we were not consistent in our businesses. We took a pause. You can't take a pause and be successful in this business. It's going to be hard to start over, but I want you guys to know that I'm going to be starting over with you. I'm going to be doing this side by side with you. I'm starting from zero. I am starting with just my Scentsy clubbers that I have. I'm going to reach out to them, send them happy mail. I'm going to reach out to my best customers that I've had throughout the year, and I'm going to start from there, and I'm going to start growing my business. I will be doing more lives with you here over the next few weeks. I already have them planned out. We are going to get January going with a bang. We are going to do this together. I want you to know that I'm successful because I work for it. I don't want you guys to look at me as, oh, well, Jen's a star director and she's just lucky and she's got all these people under her, because that's not the deal anymore. I've lost half of my team. I was getting $8,000 to $10,000 a month. I am lucky if I see enough for my mortgage, about $2,500. And that's because I still work. I still pull in my $2,000 a month, and I still have my clubbers, and I still try to advertise when things launch each month, when we have new launches and things like that, and the holidays helped as well. But I want you guys to know that I'm starting from the ground with you, and we are going to do this together. So if I can do this, you can do this, because I've literally have taken the step back from the past year, and I have not worked this like I should have been working it. I haven't been getting the samples out to my customers. I haven't been checking in on them. I haven't been doing the mail outs. I haven't been taking my Scentsy around with me. I haven't been doing Scentsy setups and Scentsy what do you call them, like festivals and things like that. I haven't sat in this office in a very long time. I haven't erased this board right here since I was working to go to Bora Bora. I still have the names in my plan, but that changes. And that changes with me. That changes with you. And we're going to do this together, because we can do this. If you want to see the kinds of paychecks that I used to have, then we need to start working and focusing and coming up with a plan and figuring out what works for us and sticking to it and working it. You don't have to overwhelm yourself. You don't have to burn yourself out, but you do need to be consistent on whatever the consistency means to you. Being consistent can look different for everybody. It could be you working Scentsy twice a week, but the fact is you're working it twice a week. Or your consistency can be working every day and having a task like a full-time job. It depends on what you want out of this business. And that is part of your step where you're analyzing your current position and wondering what you want out of this business. So the last thing that I have for you is I want you to think of 3 goals. And I do this, and I've done this in the past. I think it's very important to come up with 3 goals, to print them off, stick them on your wall, stick them on a whiteboard, stick them on this whiteboard. I want you to think of 3 big goals, tangible, but big goals. Ones that you think might not be tangible, but they are. For example, a $10,000 paycheck was my last one. Let's see, what was another one? Buying my house. I haven't done this in a year, and I did do these things. And my third one was earning the trip to wherever it was that we were going. And I haven't made my 3, but I'm going to do this again. $10,000 paycheck. That is my number 1 goal. I want that back. I deserve it. I earn it. I can do it. And I know I can do it. And my family needs it. So a $10,000 paycheck, I'm going to print off a dollar amount, and I'm going to put it up on the wall. Number 2, I want to relocate somewhere. I want to sell this house, and I want to relocate somewhere. And I need Scentsy to help make that happen, to help me get out of debt, to help me get on my feet. So that, a picture of a different country scene. I want to move from the beach. I want to go to the country somewhere. I'm putting that on my wall. And number 3 is earn the next trip. We don't even know where the trip is, but that is it. I want to earn. I'm not used to not being at the top. I'm not used to not being number one. I've earned every top tier trip there was since I started. I have got to go on every single trip. I've got to go on the top 50 trips, the top 75 trips, the top 100 trips. This was the first year that I actually had to take a step back and let everybody else do it. And it's hard. So when I say that I'm going from the bottom up, I'm with you on that. I am going to relaunch, I'm going to redo this, and I'm going to show you that it can be done. But you just have to have the mindset to do that. And you can do that. Anyways, I hope this video helps. I will be doing another video. Let's see. I have for Saturday, I'm going to talk to you guys about Bring Back My Bars and how to promote them for your customers and how I do it and all those good things. So stay tuned. Thank you for listening, and I really hope that this video inspires you to at least sit down, look at your business, make a plan, and start putting it into action. Have a good one.